travel to Singapore was a nice experience to me. This was my second abroad travel and I really enjoyed the time there. Everybody knows that Singapore is a very beautiful country. The flowers, buildings, foods and everything attracted me.
Hi guys, so this is the part 3 of my previous video and also the end of the series. If you couldn't watch my previous videos, I will put the link here. In this video, you will see about 7 places where I traveled with my stamps. The most exciting thing is I'm going to start a new series with flora and fauna which I captured in Singapore. Actually, it will be a combination of pictures I took in Singapore and also in Sri Lanka. You know that I love flowers, so I can't wait to start the new series. So stay tuned and let's move to the video now.
First of all, I am bringing these 4 stamps issued in 1978 under the theme of Singapore National Movements. I am selecting this stamp among the set which shows the Sri Mariamman temple situated in South Bridge Road in Chinatown. This is the oldest temple in Singapore. Sri Mariamman temple was built in 1827 and worshipped by South Indian immigrants. The goddess Mariamman, known for her power of curing diseases. The Kovil, it is same as the term temple. In Sri Lanka, we call Buddhist religious places as temples and Hindu religious places as Kovils. Mariamman temple was built with the inspiration of Mr. Narayana Pillai. He was a clerk of the British East India Company and the first contractor of Singapore. This temple gazetted as a national movement in 1973. Firstly, it was made by woods and in 1843 it was built by plaster and bricks. In that time, marriage registration of Hindus were happened in this place. The Gopuram is the most attractive part of the temple. It is the tall structure with many arts. First, it was a 3-tiered Gopuram. In 1925, it was changed into a 5-tiered Gopuram and it is the current appearance. You can go inside and observe the temple. The next place is Peranakan Museum. It is located near to the Fort Canning Park in American Street and it has collected the cultural value of Peranakan community. This stamp has issued in 1990 and it shows Peranakan place. This building was the Taonan School built in 1912. Later, it was converted to Asian Civilization Museum in 1994. I also talk about the Asian Civilization Museum in the part 1 of this series. This stamp shows the building which currently used as the Peranakan Museum. It was opened in 2008. The building was designed in the eclectical classical style. The balconies have a colonial and tropical style. The rooms have arranged around a common central hall.
When a local person married with a foreign person, they called as Peranakan. It is very famous in Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia. In Singapore, they have Peranakan Chinese. But it is not Peranakan Chinese always because we can find Peranakan Arabs, Peranakan Indians and Peranakan Dutch in the world.
Many years ago, Chinese people came to Singapore and married with Malay women. It cost to build a Peranakan community in Singapore. The main thing I noticed was the colorfulness of their culture and also their attires are very bright in color with beautiful embroideries. When I started exploring about Peranakan culture, I found about a TV series called Little Nyonya. Nyonya is the word for the female Peranakans. The males are called as Baba. I bought these beautiful postcards from the Singpost center. They show colorful shop houses. Shop houses are coming from the town plans of Sir Raffles. The buildings were planned as houses, but the ground floor is for shops.
If you are traveling to Singapore, I'm sure that you would be amazed with the beautiful buildings.
These are few beautiful buildings I captured there. Singapore Philatelic Museum was located near to the Fort Canning Park. It was a place to learn and observe about postal history, but when I travelled there, it had converted into a children's museum. So it cannot be called as the Philatelic Museum anymore. Anyway, this is stamps issued in 1995 showing the same building. This building was a part of the Anglo-Chinese School. It was designed by Tomlinson and Lermit architects in 1906. This was used as the Methodist book room in 1970 for 10 years. Then it turned into the Philatelic Museum in 1995. You know that Sir Raffles made a town plan and Chinatown can be identified as the Chinese settlement. There are many old buildings which show the historical value of this area, and this is a good place to buy souvenirs. Many shops have things related to Chinese culture, including foods and other stuff. The Temple of Tooth Relic also located in Chinatown. These stamps were issued in 2007. This is a street of Chinatown. I think that I found a similar place like this stamp. What do you think about it? There were beautiful and vibrant wall art everywhere in Chinatown and Little India. This art was done by Yip Yeo Changkan. It shows a Chinese household. This stamp issued in 1990 and it shows a Chinese opera singer. I thought to show this stamp with this wall art of the same artist as it shows a movement of Cantonese opera. Cantonese opera is one of the major categories of Chinese operas. This kid and dragon wall art was made by Ernest Satchwick. This clockmaker mural is also a work of Yip Yeo Chong. This is the back wall of the Thian Hock Keng temple. The 40-meter long wall mural also drawn by Yip Yeo Chong. It shows the lives of early immigrants. Starting from the right hand side, the mural opens with the scenes of young men leaving their families behind. Then the way of they settle in the country, arrival of the statue of the Masu, the goddess of the sea, recognizing the importance of the learning, marriage and working to build the current Singapore have been shown in this mural. The mural is ending with this view. This is the Singapore waterfront. This stamp has issued in 1992 and it shows the waterfront. This stamp was issued in 1978 and it shows the Thian Hock Keng temple. Thian Hock Keng temple is one of the oldest temples in Singapore. Chinese immigrants visited there to give their gratitude toward Masu, the goddess of seas, for their safe sea journey. In 1839, this temple started to build in Telok Ayer Street and completed in 1840. The details of the temple's history have recorded on a stone inside the entrance hall. This has built using wood, featuring a series of pavilions with the traditional southern Chinese architecture style. The temple has three halls: the entrance hall, the main prayer hall in the middle, and a small hall in the rear. The large doors of the main entrance hall have gold paintings of Buddhist figures and dragons. The stone lions are guarding the temple doors. The curved roof ridges with an upturned swallowtail-like design is adding a high value to the temple. The temple is maintained in a good manner without losing the historical value. This was gazetted as a national monument in 1973. See the roof. Isn't it similar like the stamp? This stamp has issued in 1971. I think this is the Thian Hock Keng temple. This is a scene in Little India. This stamp has issued in 2007. Searching a place which shows on a stamp is kind of an adventure. I think that I could find the exact location of this stamp. The temple shown here is mariamman temple and the yellow color building is GRT Jewelers building. The roadsides were decorated with peacocks and lamb designs. There were eye-catching wall arts there, but I couldn't capture them. This is Singpost Center. It is a shopping mall and it has a postal souvenir shop. They have very interesting items. You can purchase stamps, postcards, and also you can post items from there.
Hope you enjoyed the video and thank you very much for watching it. I would love to know about your comments and ideas about this video. As I mentioned, I will come with another video series with flowers and plants. And until that, goodbye.